traditional talk. So I'm not going to do a lot of rituals, prayers. But because I'm into my own practice, so I actually prefer to do some supplication. Think of my teacher because of their kindness and their guidance, especially their blessings they poured to me and through my devotion and my supplication. Mm, so I need to sort of supplicate without speaking anything else first. Then, second, I'm going to do for recorrecting my motivation. I hope we can do our motivation, our intention to be here, to receiving not just for self-centered, um, self-benefit and self-centered situation only, but for that our mind to direct to all beings, so-called. Okay. Mananga Dayambe Semjian Hamdi Lama Sangjira Bojan Soa Depso Mananga Dayambe Semjian Hamdi Lama Buddha Chuji Kula Soa Depso Mananga Dayambe Semjian Hamdi Lama Dejian Longju Dozi Kula Soa Depso Mananga Dayambe Semjian Hamdi Lama Tuji Kubi Kula Soa Depso Semjen Hamji, Deva Dang Devi Judang Deva Chuji, Dunga Dang Dora Ki Judang Tawara Chuji, Dunga Mete Deva Tamba Menda Chuji, Nirin Chagban Judang Tawara, Anyam Jambola Nebar Chuji. So, I'm here today to speak about um, awakening addiction. So, in my personal life, not just in my spiritual practice, but in my day-to-day life, I know to develop compassion, and I'm quite a kind of compassionate person generally. I like to care others. So, but time to time, I'm going through a lot of trouble on my own self. The trouble that I went through is not having confidence towards my compassion or towards others. When it comes to take some decisions, I'm not being decisive. Sometimes I'm not being sure that it's easily injured by people's opinions or people's disagreement, or some loved one did me a little bit unexpectedly things, then it's more hurtful, and then you become very confused and doubtful to your own decisions. Or am I doing good or no good, or I'm a good person or not? So you start kind of searching the answer, then you sort of dig more into yourself, meaning research or judgment, then you kind of how you call spiral down, and sometimes become a little bit more lost and sometimes upset. That happened to me almost many times. So I always kind of doubt on compassion many times. I said, yeah, compassion is very nice, but I don't think so. Compassion is the answer for everything because of this kind of situation that I went through. So then, slowly by slowly, I'm hearing a teaching, a guidance. They call your nature is always pure. So I really wonder what does actually mean that. So what is first nature, my nature? So I wondered that question, that guidance that I had. So basically, the real clear description that I found on my journey, the physical nature and our emotional nature and our mind, concept mind nature is actually untouched by ego, clinging, and anger and judgment. So that actually means that all the afflictive mind, emotions are not ever uh, corrupted to our nature. So it's very difficult to accept in the beginning because I never knew this guidance ever. Because I always look at me means my emotion, my physical, my well-being, and how I think. That always I think is me. But I never think the nature of that, essence of that. So that guidance sort of kind of gives me a beginning of light, like a bulb goes off and on, off, on, off, on. Oh, nature. Now, how to develop that? How to recognize that? Then I found many times that when you start having compassion a little bit, of course, we all know compassion is kind of now well um, speak and spoke and have a lot of programs. Then I realized that each time you produce genuine compassion, caring, without any counting of benefits of that, no counting of the benefits, no self gain, no self enjoyment, no hero mentality, just being in that compassion, just being in that moment. I found that compassion is completely different than the compassion that we usually think about. What we think compassion is kind of wish, kind of action, kind of doing, kind of seeing result. That is what we always think. But actually, that compassion is already very much uh, completely mush together with uh, gain, counting, expectation, it's not completely clean. So what happened is we actually did not introduce properly what is compassion. But we thinking we're doing it without knowing what is the pure. So the moment that I had that completely moment, that just a simple moment, 1 minute, completely in that moment of compassion, then I found out that moment, the my being, the feeling you can say, but being is very much wholeness. I don't feel any whole, no judgment. It's perfection. It's perfected. I did not perfect. I did not try to heal myself. I did not do anything of that. Just putting some effort whole from my heart. Completely whole means everything. Completely from my heart put into in compassion without any taking back. Not one leg in, 1 feet in, 1 feet out. Not like that. Completely, wholly, fully in that moment. And I saw, now what is that feeling? Completely, complete feeling of no whole, nothing. And this one actually beginning of introducing myself and dignity. Dignity is the perfection, complete perfected. So now what happened is we did not experience the dignity And no, we did not hurt dignity. We never experienced the dignity, but we thought we have it. That is called pride. Strong pride, like that. Then I saw myself hiding my face, you know, behind of this pride, macho, showing strong or whatever, no weakness. I realized that you miss me. I am the most vulnerable state ever. Because that moment I realized that my mind, whatever thought are arising, my thought is what? Object and subject. So I look at you, right? So my thought comes in. I'm, informative. I'm receiving informations from looking at you, right? So that information, that thought is automatically actually subtle comparison every time, every second. I'm comparing like 2, 3 faces, right? So I realized that thought is so sticky, like a bubble gum. You know the bubble gum. Actually, bubble gum not that sticky, but most sticky is my daughter plays with this mushy mushy, mm, yeah, this slime. Oh, really, this slime is so sticky, and you know our thought really is like that. Now, what happens? Everybody want to be happy. So what we choose? We choose meditation to be happy. And that is correct or incorrect? It's correct. But you do not analyze, you do not reflect the thought itself. You do not understood your thought. Why I say thought? Because emotion is actually reproduction of thought. Physical tightness is a production of your emotions. Physical memory of place, memory of people is an imprint of emotion. So we want to work with that, the impact, but we don't want to work the what is really cause of that. The cause is actually the thought that you always have with you 24 hours. Now the meditation is actually like Advil in America. You take it, pain goes away for how long? 3 hours, 6 hours. After you comes out, you're dealing with the people, you start kicking in your own habits, then you go into the same circle of the problems. Now, why is like that? Meditation is not a solution. The answer is yes and no. Yes is the solution, 50%. But no, because you did not direct to cure what is actually the cause of all the things that we have, such as emotion, affliction, relationship. Now you can go on friendship, your own judgments, nightmares, whatever you want to say. Fear, low self-esteem, loneliness. Okay, now you can count. I can write a whole book about that. So all the extra, but all comes up in the same thing, a thought. You have a thought, I have a thought. Thinking. Each thinking is sticky. And we don't know how to let go of the stickiness. What we do, we stick it. And not only just stick it, we hold it on that stickiness. Then we go on and on and on. Then we lose the dignity. We forgot of dignity. We forgot of compassion completely. But we're thinking that we're doing some compassionate act because it looks like compassion. It looks like dignity, but that is actually called pride. So it's so important in my own life to reconnecting back and seeing the thought through the meditation, letting go, re-arising compassion, then subside, and looking at how my morality, my moral ethic are, how I'm thinking. Am I thinking how? Am I this thinking is how is working? Am I judging myself or not? Am I judging other people or not? That progress or like that, one by one, is so important. So they need to have some system to check, because you don't have no system, you're going to be haywire. For example, when you do exercise, first you do walk, then slowly jog, then slowly you run, then you go to marathon, right? So you don't go every day like one day marathon, one day jogging, one day walking. It's going to be haywire. So step by step you train. So my teacher always gives me advice. First, you need to check your physical, because it's a very gross. Then you check your verbal, it's more subtle voice. So when you talk to people, how you talk, how are you talking? You're talking harshly, respectfully, judgmentally, the tone, just being aware to your own talking is the way to progress. To you slowly recognize your dignity. So it's very important to begin with dignity, knowing that our nature is pure. That is how we begin. But then you add in all the small practices such as meditation, compassion, reflection, doing action, seeing how slowly each time you look, you start seeing more dignity, more confident. Then you see that your pride and dignity comes very mixed like that in the beginning. Sometimes pride, sometimes dignity. Now the question is how I see different. So I give you an example. When I was being, following my teacher guidance, I thought I'm a very humble person. I thought. But when I imagine that I become homeless on the road and beg for food, I can do that without any losing my confidence. I can't. So that gives me idea the humbleness that I have is just a cloth that I'm wearing by my pride, showing that I'm a good person, I'm humble. Actually not. So that's why it's very important to really not how you say delude yourself, but really checking yourself is the way to find the dignity. Now I can go sit down, beg, no problem. I don't beg, no problem. I go to fancy restaurant, okay. I go to lousy restaurant, fine. Then the inside must be same. So that beginning to seeing the dignity, part of the dignity. Dignity and the pride is a very big difference. Pride is a very fragile. Somebody says something, you right away hurt. That is a pride. Dignity, you say something, somebody not agree with you, disagree. Not only disagree, say negative towards you, but you're not affected at all. The serene, the calmness not affected means you have dignity. So you need to check what is the difference of dignity and pride. Such as when I go into um, Whole Food or CVS or shopping in the here, and I check water, bottled water. Some they say mineral water. Some they say just drinking water. So I always choose the mineral water. But I don't know, is it real mineral water or not mineral water? I don't know. So how to check? You need to bring to, how you say, these scientist people and need to check, is it real or not, right? Exactly like that. You need to check. So, but checking with how? Again, that's why the dignity, the path of the dignity is actually path of transformation. But transformation is not the really right word, I think. The best way is path of the dignity is actually reconnecting to the nature of what you are. It's not transforming, but actually reconnecting to whatever nature you is. So now you build up that. Sometimes you quarrel with the family. Sometimes you not do well with the things, with the friends. But then you check your moral ethic. You check your motivation. You check your action. You can see clearly that you don't have no many mistake done. So you're not going to bombard it to you when you have dignity. Now you have a pride. You always says I'm right. Okay. Who says I'm wrong? Honestly, very few people say that. Always says I'm right. Or some people say, yes, I'm wrong, but do you know this? I think it's very familiar, right, to us. So it's so difficult to accept. So for me, I really process through my practice of meditation, compassion, observation, reflection, without any judging myself, just seeing it, like looking at a mirror. When I need to put some oil in my face, I just look around in the mirror. I'm not that emotional. I'm not emotional at all. It's so bad. No, okay, little bit done thin, little bit hole here. Doesn't matter. I need to put some oil. Put some oil in my hair. Okay, fine. But I'm not so emotional and judging myself, right? So just looking at the mirror, just like that. So I slowly build up that. And in my journey, honestly speaking, a lot of trouble in life is really helped me. Like friends and families and relationship, the trouble really helps me to reflect. You think is it fun? No, it's not fun to have a trouble. But it really helps me look at different angle to see how I progress. So one of the best friend to check myself is actually my wife, because she's strong. She's a very wise woman and very strong woman, very clear and direct. So sometimes I discuss with her in the morning. Whenever I wake up morning, the first I do my practice. Then second I do is discussion. So I discuss with Dharma, discuss about my character, my behavior, and she could say the opinions, this, that. In the beginning, it's very painful, really. I can feel when I remember this, I can feel little tiny pain. I can feel it now. Little pain. So I check why I have pain. I thought I don't have no ego clinging. Again, I'm wrong. I do. The pain because of that. So that's why it's very important that why we are not progressing. Gradually progress correctly, because we are not fully, wholeheartedly into compassion. We don't do it. I don't know why, but we don't do it somehow. You do it, very good. Second, we do meditation, but we don't reflect. We don't reflect ourselves. Okay, yeah, okay, now I can see. All right, okay. I need to change few things. All right, okay. So you just go forward. See, I don't feel bad when I see something wrong. Why? But in deep down, my core, my bone, my core knows I am not that fault. I have some fault, but I am not that fault. I am the perfected, the perfection, uncorrupted. How I know I can change? right? So this way, then you progress. That's why sometimes I like to say meditation is blind. Many people are not going to agree with me, but fine. Meditation is blind until you don't direct the meditation. For example, you go to see doctor, physicians, then they say, please, you need to meet specialists. Why? Because you want to know exactly what is wrong with you, the source, the cause. Then you can cure like that. Now, how we do is we meditate, changing something, but we don't know what we're changing. We don't know what we need to change. Then we always stuck with feeling good, makes me calm, I see some radiance, my energy is good, my emotions very serene. So it's a very shallow thing. You don't see it? I see it very clear. You're not touching the root. You're just massaging, but not actually going deeper. So that's why you don't progress. That's why you feel so slow in the path in the meditation. That's why you can possible. Sometimes you think, I don't think the meditation works. And I agree with you. It doesn't work sometimes because you don't reflect. But there are two things I need to tell you. Very important. That is something that I went through. One time, my meditation master taught me meditation. Then he's taught me such a way that makes me very special. Very lovable, very special. So when you make lovable and very special, what do you feel? Feel special, right? Automatic, right? Really. So I feel very proud, very special. Then I start meditating. I went in the mountain, meditating for at least 1 hour, 2 hours. I did something like that. Then I get some experience that usually takes years. So I ran down. I think that's quite old story. Ran down to my teacher. Actually, almost a fault. I'm so excited to share with my teacher that I'm improved now. And I prostrated in front of him, and he's very serene, like he's shaped like an elephant, like that. Means very slow movement. But the face, when he gazes you, is like a lion. But the mouth is like a motherly smile. It's such a strange expression. It's not like that, but a little bit. The body doesn't move much, like elephant, very slow movement. And I got this experience. He listened, he's so good, he listened. Mm. So I thought he could say something. And he said, oh, how you know you are not imagining? He did not say no, he did not say yes, he did not say good, bad. He just asked you a question. How do you know it's not your imagination? How do you know it's real experience or imagination? Now that question gives me a kind of guidance that you really need to make sure that whenever you start meditating, you need to reflect to your mind what to transform, but you need to let go of your expectation of what meditation is going to do for you. Is actually kind of, in English, paradoxy, that you need to reflect what to transform, but you should not have any expectation. Do you see a little bit of the paradoxy type? And not really paradoxy, but kind of paradoxy. So that is the key of how you improve your meditation and your transformation and finding your own recognition of your dignity. Now, when you realize, when you have dignity, what happens is you become very serene, very naturally you feel confident, but the confidence is not pride. The confidence is a very kind of wholesome. Whenever you start meditation comes very natural, not need so much, 5-10 minutes to prepare to go into that meditation state, because the dignity is the similar state of that nature. So the dignity is really the greatest gift of the Vajrayana teachings, actually. So when you look at the Buddha's teachings, because it's not me that I'm talking about dignity, honestly. Me and my student, Professor Suchin, because I speak a lot of time, dignity, 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 dignity in my class, in my retreat. So she really feel benefit or some connection or something. And the professor said to me that Rinpoche, really need to write a book. And I said, okay, you give for me. I don't know how to write English, but I can say what to write. Then I started saying things that I mentioned to you. What is dignity? What is the difference of pride and dignity? Why is dignity so important? Wisdom without dignity becomes wisdom. You have intelligent, okay, but not decisive. It is a lack of dignity. You understand? Intelligent. You can see a lot of people very intelligent but not decisive. Yeah. Why you cannot decide? You say, you sometimes you're frustrated. Keep telling them why you cannot decide. You're so smart. That is the problem. Lack of dignity. Some compassion people, they're so compassionate, but they can't do anything. They were not changing the world. They cannot change themselves so much, but they're very compassionate. Why? Lack of dignity. So wisdom, compassion need dignity. Dignity is the source of the result of the compassion. Dignity gives you the result of compassion. Dignity gives you the result of the wisdom. Without the dignity, wisdom can fail many times. That's why you really need this combination. But the most important is the dignity. Because when you have that confidence, wisdom rise, compassion arise. When you have that recognize the dignity. So many of you heard compassion. Many of you heard meditation. Many of you heard your nature is good, right? And you need to practice what you thought naturally dissolves. And the very famous Japanese teacher who came to America says, when the thought comes, don't serve tea, right? The very famous, I really like that quote. So all that giving you this idea of being yourself, really competent. That's what you really need to find. So there are many ways to find. Now, what I'm telling you is one way. So me, myself, I have found the dignity through the Vajrayana teachings. So, but I cannot teach Vajrayana to the public because public cannot be understand Vajrayana teachings. I just want to give you some hints of Vajrayana, my way, how I grew up, my journey. I was medium intelligent, kind of compassionate person, little bit proud, Jealousy, of course, because when you are proud, jealousy is just beside, right? Then the interesting part is when you're proud, the deep down the proud is actually low self-esteem. It's so strange. The proud should not have low self-esteem, but you have. But it goes under when the price there. When the price goes down, the low self-esteem comes up. It's like a star. When the sun rises, star in the sky, but you don't see it. When the sun sets, stars fall out. It's like that. So I found like that many times. Then Vajrayana, teaches me, and when I was very young, Vajrayana says, your nature is Buddha. Your nature is the deity. Your nature is Buddha. You enlighten. It's impossible. There's no way. How can be my nature? I'm like that. Like everybody started like that. So I started like that. Still I practicing every day. I went in the path. Every day I practice. I have a questions. Oh no, I am not. I am not. And keep it. So I went through a lot of struggle. I went through anger mood. I went through hatred. I went through jealousy. I went through complaining. I actually complained Buddha. And I heard one Jewish, many old rabbis, they debate with God. So I did not debate, but I actually blame. I blame with the Buddha, I said, you know. So I don't believe it, hell. I never believe it, karma, nihilistic for 2 years. In the Buddhist school, they want to train me Buddhist, but I am nihilistic for 2 years. And nobody defeat me. That is the amazing part. No Buddhist can defeat me. Why? Nihilism view is what? I don't believe you what you say. That's it. So the door is closed. So how you defeat when the door is closed? Do you understand? When your own door is closed, how you go in? Huh? So my door closed. No, but my teacher did not affect me. But my emotions coming. I'm angry, frustration. So I know I'm not the same person. 2 years ago, I'm not like that. So I sort of reflect a little bit. Then what I began is I see my first meditation teacher. He did not prove me anything. He did not debate me. No debate, not forcing, just a question. But just teaching me how to check myself. Say, you don't believe, right? I say, yeah. So why are you angry? Whether you believe, you not believe, anger no different. I say, yeah. So when you don't believe, you'd be more happy, right? I say, yeah, but why? So that question cracked my first door. So that's why I keep asking to anyone, whether you are a practitioner, spiritual, devotional, whatever, learn to reflect. You keep your principle practice, but reflect. And slowly by slowly, you start changing. So my kind teacher who taught me to ask the question and guide me how to meditate, and that is the beginning to finding my journey of dignity. So then I start hearing, nature is pure, nature is pure. Then I understood. Then when I come to my meditation, then I resting, meditating, resting. My emotion comes, disappears by self. Thought comes, natural disappears. Then I realize I can hear things. Pictures start coming into my mind. Music, singing, ringing, huh? Emotion, memory, and meditating. Sometimes I cry a little bit. Not cry, but tears. Oh, man. Sometimes I feel a little sad, sometimes a little happy. Then I check why. I'm doing meditation. Why like this? How? So we are looking the wrong place. We're looking emotion, we're looking what? Memory, we're looking the sound ringing, right? Imagination, feeling, right? Rinpoche, how to stop the drinking, how to stop the sound, how to stop the the picture, all that thing. You don't need to stop. When you decide to stop this, you're giving them a lot of potential. You're giving them a lot of attention. Rinpoche, I need to change this. Yeah, such a, oh, such a thing. So we always do this. So you go down a little bit, that you not pay attention. You always kind of neglected. Which one? Ting, ting, thought. Ting, 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 ting. Ting, 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 ting. I'm asking you, are you killing every 24 hours? Killing. No. Are you stealing 24 hours? No. Are you shouting 24 hours? No. Are you lying 24 hours? No. Are you angry every 24 hours? No. Are you ego clinging yourself 24 hours? No. Or what do you have 24 hours? Thought, 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 thought. We are looking in the wrong place. Do you see a little bit? So what to do? So now don't put any importance about that. So learn to bring down meditation now, all the different types of meditation you can do, whatever you want to do. Bring down your mind focus, then slowly let go of the focus. And slowly you recognize yourself. I'm not meditation. I'm not doing meditation. My nature is already meditating. See, for us, it's always telling me I'm doing something. This is so difficult, doing something. Remind yourself your nature is actually a meditation. Then go back. So that thinking switches difficult mood to the easy mood. That is all way to gaining dignity. Dignity is a lot of different small things. You need to don't you notice, don't judge, right? Not looking to the emotion, don't make so important about it. That is actually one way to switching dignity. Finding the thought, but letting go, that is a dignity. It's so small things you need to do. It's not like one day you're going to get, please don't go into this easy thing. Huh? It's a process. It's really beautiful. Process is really beautiful. Mm? Best is going to process. Now don't expect. That is another way to empowering or recognizing dignity. So all the subtle thought, then you realize, then slowly. Then actually you start changing. Your life start changing. Thoughts start changing. Your negative thought, strong thought, like that becomes softer. Like this becomes like this. So everything starts changing. And before your compassion is not 100%, now it's 90%. It's everything starts changing. Everything starts seeing more. Now, when you become more subtle, you start seeing more subtle. That's why I actually created something new. Not really created, but I put an example. Whatever I'm saying, okay, example is all mine, but all the meanings goes to my guru, our guru masters, lineage masters, the Buddhas. They are the source. I'm just repeating in my 21st century language, in my own humble experience, nothing more. So we have 5 fingers. So I do like this. I go like this. This is how I reflect myself. So 5 finger is 5 afflictions. Anger, it's very easy. That's our first number one. Anger is not the difficult one. Anger is easy. And in the beginning, I saw my me to transform is anger. I thought that is the most difficult one. I thought. Actually, when I found out, when it went through like that, anger was the most easiest one. Anger, anger. It's like an angry man. Drunk, upset, angry man. It's very easy. Hug, and angry man going to crack down, cry, and come down. Easy. Nothing problem. It's very easy dealing with anger. Okay? Now, of course, I can talk more in anger, but just stick with now there. Then jealousy. Now, that is a little bit more creative. Jealousy is a little bit creative. So it's a little bit tricky. But you can, okay. Then comes little pride. Pride is a little bit stubborn, but it's okay. You can do it. You need to see it. What really gives you benefit of being pride? Huh? Having pride, what give you? Investment. What investment result you give me? Zero. Yeah. So then you'll be smart enough not going to invest that, right? Why we want to invest some company that are giving you no return? Stupid. Yeah. So this, right? I did like this. Huh? I did like this. Then comes attachment. Now that is a big question. Why attachment is negative? Attachment is good. Love is good. Rinpoche, love is good. Everybody said that. And I thought that. I said, yeah, okay. I'm going to keep it as that. Love is good. So I got married. 15 years now. 2 kids. So now I know about love, right? Love is not easy. The attachment is a whole package. The whole package of the whole afflictions with the one very beautiful shape of heart. But when I open, it's like open a Pandora box. You understand? Now you all know. I'm not kidding. It's like a Pandora box, really. Completely. It's overwhelming, So that is love. Now what? Something that we don't talk about, something that we don't think about, something we don't reflect about is what? The last one. Ignorance, meaning not seeing, ignoring, not willing to see, but you can't see. When you see it, but you not actually admit, all that is part of an ignorant. Now in the meditation, anger, jealousy, pride, attachment is not really a big issue. It's issue, but not really issue. The really issue is the last one. Not seeing, seeing but not admitting. You admit, but you're not willing to transform. All that is actually part of ignorance. Now the ignorant we all neglected, isn't it? We deal with anger, right? Why? Because you see it, gross. Jealousy, yeah, you see it, right? Pride, you see it. I don't want pride, right? Attachment, it's okay, it's okay to have pride. It's like eating some pain medicine, eating medicine that let go of pain. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong. You keep eating more. Then you need more other medicines. Then other medicines. Then other medicines. Then what happens? Then you want to get horse tranquilizer. Right? I'm not kidding to you. Then you need to get horse tranquilizer or elephant tranquilizer for your pain. You need to go higher. Right? But when it comes to ignorance, nobody thinks because it's not problem for you. We don't see it's a problem. It's too subtle. That's why meditation is important with the reflection, because meditation cannot touching the ignorant. Meditation not really touching the ignorant. What you really need to do is reflection, reflecting with the correct dignity, conform. Then that really transforms. The meditation start working now. Okay, transform the ignorant. Reflect. Okay, transform today. It's like a very good yoga teacher helping you to stretch your body. All right? Good yoga teacher, it help you, right? Oh, I feel pain. I really pain. No, it's okay. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, yeah, you're doing really well. Okay. Really well. Okay. You're already doing it. Like that, reflection is really good. Transform. So please don't stop today here that you came here so far away, whole day work, so tired, and now you go back, you forget, you do nothing. It's so wasted. Really, I feel so sad for you. I don't feel so for myself, but I feel so sad for you. Sad sense wasting, wasting of the time, the energy that you put, that I put, right? So that's why it's so important, dignity. Such an important topic to transform. So this is the five finger things. We call five finger. Now this five finger joined with the hand, right? The limbs. How you call this? Arm, right? The arm is actually constantly comparison, constantly judgment. Right? Judgment is the forceful one. Comparison is the subtle one. Okay, comparison subtle one, forcing it. So you do always that with the normal life relationship. I do that always automatically. It's like a habit, really good habit. I do this with my wife, and she goes like this. I say, Rinpoche, I'm not changed at all. I say, you are, So how I know is she's changing? Because I'm comparing yesterday and today. And today she's very tired. Yesterday she's not. I did not know that. So it's always comparing, judgment, always doing this. So you can see yourself, reflect yourself, check, you know, really, why we need to pull this ourselves. We need to put so much, I walk every day 2 hours to be healthy. I drink 3 liters of water or two liters of water at least to be healthy. I watch my food, but you cannot give 1 hour to transform your mind, your being, your whole world, experience, meaningful or not meaningful, happy or not happy, satisfied or not satisfied. That one is not in your body, okay? That is not your speech. That is not your food, not your water, not your vitamins. That is your mind, the experiencing. And that we cannot give 1 hour. That 1 hour is like, oh, Rinpoche, I have so much to do, really. And I really feel that is so neglected. You will look at everything neglected. Five poison, neglected, ignorant. Happiness, we forgot the mind. We meditate, we forgot reflection. Do you see? Compassion, compassion, wisdom, wisdom, compassion, wisdom, all that, neglected dignity. So all the crucial point, the real point, you neglect. Compassion, everybody is easy, right? Feeling, I love compassion. American people are very compassionate, actually, naturally. Like somebody fall, try to you go, are you okay? You do this in Nepal, watch, you fall, okay, you watch, that's fine, keep walking. Right. In America, you just follow, one, two, three people come, are you okay? Start holding phone, dial 911. Nepal, I don't know what number to dial, but yeah, hold, okay, it's fine, okay, just keep walking. I do that too, actually. Somebody, okay. Of course, I check, yeah. It's not really bad and walk. So this arm, yeah, is comparison or judgment, right? But the comparison judgment is must by judged by someone. Judgment doesn't not come like that. So is the how you call the shoulder, hold the arm. That shoulder is actually called the identity of I. Now the psychotherapy says good I, bad I is very important. Positive I, negative I is very important to differentiate because you are in the state of completely negative I. So the psychotherapy or psychology need to make you, separate that. So you need to remind that you have good I too. But right now we are kind of okay, right? We are not in that level. So I is all bad. Sorry. Okay? Right now so I accept that. I have I, yes, I do. But I don't see much benefit I having holding. So that's why the really this one. shoulder is the eye. So this is the how you check. We call arms checking. Finger, poisons, judgment, and ego. So we do like that. So you can carry back something today. So you do like this, right? First thumb up, anger, anger, jealousy, yeah, jealousy, right? Yeah, yes, I do. Attachment or love, so many, right? Then, oh, completely, right? Right. Then you go judgment, judgment, comparison, ego. Okay, we do again one more. So you can carry back that anger, mm, 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 yeah, mm. We're not touching ego at all. You understand? Now what we're doing is only finger. Moment you start reducing the finger, then you reflect judgment. Then reflect the judgment slowly. Then you start touching that ego. That's why the way of reflecting is improves. Now, how to reflect? No judging, huh? Oh, shit. Sorry.
Yes. F.
You know, it did not improve today. Don't do that. How to do it? Like that. I call great master attitude. How to say great master attitude? Meditation is not good today. But it's like that. Tomorrow, very good meditation. Us, not good. Next day, very good. So you see, that is not attitude. That attitude cannot improve you. What attitude we should have? Great master attitude. Good? Fine. Not good? Also fine. So we need to learn to do that because we don't have the habit to do that. In daily life, we are not like that. Coffee, it's too much cream, please. You can change that like that. So we always, I think you know what I'm saying. So I cannot say all the things that I want today, but I did say enough to you to hear. Why is so important dignity? So for me, my journey of transformation that I had humbled little bit of transformation, for me is very big. Compared with my teacher, it's like tiny. But that big, the transformation that I had humbly, is because of finding the correct way to reflect and finding, recognizing of the dignity. The recognizing the dignity is recognizing, reminding every single day before I meditate, my nature is good, my nature is perfect, all the being nature is perfect, nature is perfect. I chant like a mantra, nature is perfect, nature is perfect, nature is perfect, like that. Then after, then reflect. Then when I see some mistake, it's okay, fine. I can deal with that. You see? So your core, your bone is pure. So some small, small mistakes can change. So that is the way to transform. So now I look back myself, honestly, nowadays I don't need to deal much five poisons. It sometimes come a little bit small here, small there. But the biggest that I'm doing transformation myself is the this. So right now, you to begin with, don't go into that. Too subtle for you. So the best way, pick one of them, the five finger. Go with the five finger. Transform at least one of them each, step by step, through your meditation. After you do this transformation, then reflect a little bit of your judgment. Then you slowly go back to the subtle thoughts. So that is the progress. Okay. So our Professor Suchin worked really hard for over years, actually 3 years. Thank you. Somewhat. Really, she worked hard. And we have a now beautiful book called Awakening Dignity. In that book, that what I mentioned to you today is just a 20% I only mentioned to you. In there, everything mentioned completely. Touch wisdom, touch dignity is the main, but that wisdom and compassion and meditation and techniques in that dignity. The book going to call Awakening Dignity. And that book is completely, I thought about for the people who are in the practice and people who are not in the practice. So please, the book going to come December 20. You need to get it. And our live streaming people, wait for the book. Best is that you can order now is the best. And we're going to create a program for that. We're going to launch the program, but the book is really, really good. I'm really happy with the book. And actually, I am very, very surprised with my book, actually. It came out better than what I thought, you know. And just before coming into to here, I asked Joshua to read the table of contents. And I said, oh, really? In their book, they say all that? Wow. I said, I said, I have nothing to say now. Everything's already mentioned there, you know. So it's a really, really good book. I'm really happy with that book. So please get it, read it. But reading book, getting book is not going to be developed. You must practice. And I really finding a little bit of the issue that I finding in the sometimes we read the book once, then they say, oh, I know all. You don't know nothing. You really, I'm not kidding to you. You need to read the book at least 10 times, but not every day 10 times, like 1 month 10 times. No, read today, practice. After a few months, read again. And that really helps you to progress. Because the whole idea of the book is for you to gain something, recognize something, a dignity. Then you can lead like a beacon to teach and not teach, but influence your friends, family members to gain dignity. How many people really losing dignity these days? You really check. How many we have friends who are such a smart people, but no confidence, no dignity? How many people that I know have such a nice being, compassionate, really so nice, but completely lost in the world, have no aim in life, isn't it? I have so many like that. So that's why they came up, whole thing is the book. And I found so many proud people. I have so many students who are really proud, you know? And I'm teaching them, proud is okay, but better to have dignity, right? So that's why it's very important to check. And in the beginning, I'm telling you, dignity, pride comes like this, mix. So you need to learn to differentiate. takes time to progress. But that is the kindness to whoever practitioner here today in our stream. Really, that is the kindness of my teachers. That is the kindness of the Buddhas. Not only just give us, some small things, but they give us everything step by step. You can go this one by one, teaching you finger by finger, like a GPS. The only thing that we have is need to go, drive. That is the kindness or kindness of my teachers and Buddhas. Without them, I'm going to be completely ignorant, egoistic, proud. The one word that my son said to me, very proud people say what? No, no, no. They all talk about yourself is, huh? No, 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 no. Yes, yes. My son, my son is a very intelligent boy. One day I'm talking, he said, Dada, you should watch out yourself. I said, why? It sounds like a narcissist. And that word is so new to me. I need to ask him, please, you can explain to me what does that mean? And he explained to me what does it really mean, how it's talked about, and you only talking about yourself. I said, really? It's really like me. I need to watch out that. So it helps me a lot. So that's why it's very important. I am a practitioner, so-called, but I need to reflect every day. That is one of my principle of my morning practice. Before my meditation, before my compassion, before my supplicating to my gurus, is actually reflect. So it's a very, very important. Please don't waste it, your beautiful, precious time. And you can do so much. Each of you have such a big potential for yourself, for your loved ones. And that potential is actually innate nature. You just need to learn small tips to find out and to recognize. It's such a small thing, but it's not a big move. Really big move is buying a house in America. Buying a car is a big move for me. Really, buying car insurance is a really headache, I'm telling you. Meditation is so easy, it's in your mind. It's just a one flip. It's just a one small flip in the mind. Ding, that's it, done. Free of charge. No hassle dazzle. Buying a car? Going to gain loan, every money to pay. Actually, holding a credit card is such a big trouble too. Meditation for me is really easy. Actually, exercising physical is so difficult. Mine is so easy. It's just a one flip. Please, our nature is perfect. Our live streaming people, friends, please, our nature is perfect. So find out, you know. And actually, today is talking about my book. It's not nice to ask you to buy a book, but what to do? I need to say it, because I can't repeat that thing all the time. That's why Professor Suchin did a great job. I'm really, really happy thankful to her because she put everything a so well done job that I don't need to repeat now. The book going to say everything, but time to time, good to hear from a human being because book cannot express all the things. That's why we creating some programs. I don't know it's going to be happen soon or not. I'm not sure. It's going to come soon next year, I think. So Dharma live streaming people, please get the book that I really thought about you guys. So now some people are a little bit more interested. Please do so. But you're already doing practice, reflect. Okay, so that is my topic today. I think I'm done for now. And I like to open for your questions, some remarks, whatever you want to say. So that is number one. Number two, I want to say that you all know sometimes you need this happiness thing. You know, some of your family members don't want to get dignity. Dignity is a little bit too heavy, too technical. You want to be just happy. Then I have a book called Radically Happy. So it's a very kind of uh, teenager, 20, 25 years old type of sound, right? Radically happy, happy book. So that is book is called there. Now people who are Buddhists, who are practitioners, who want to go a little deeper, that called Footstep of Bodhisattva is actually a book that is abstracted from one book of the Buddha's teaching, Sutra, called King of Meditation. So that book is a really like hardcore. It's no um like that is straight into your face. So it's a very good. So who is my student? Whoever could get great title, book name of great title, is it gives you idea of our lineage, our history, and who is Guru Rinpoche. So one of my dear friend, like Derek, but one of my dear friend who I know him when I was very young. He's a student of my grandfather and my uncle Chilinima Rinpoche, and he is a doctor. His name is Dr. Shlim. He stayed over 20 years in Nepal. And I had the biggest memory that I have with him. He has many different memories for me, but I have a memory for him. Is one time I had a really huge swollen in my tummy, and I thought we all thought it's like a blister, huge blister. We try to press, pus not coming. So we went to the doctor. He's an American doctor. So he took up a few things, small flesh, and he went somewhere in, I don't know where. Then he comes out with a book. Then he opens up the book. There one spider picture, and he said, "You bit by this spider. Uh, this spider bit you. That's why you have this big swollen." And then I said, "I did not feel the biting." He said, "No, this spider you doesn't feel the biting, but after 3 or 4 years, then 3 or 4 days, then the poison gives you the swollen." So that memory stays in my head a lot. So whenever I meet him, I always remember that. So he's my grandfather's student. He has a really good experiences, and I think he allowed me to share with you. 4 or 5 years, and now it's like 4 years ago. Uh, now he moved to America. He had a heart attack when he's doing in the um, skiing on the mountain in the Wyoming Jackson. And in that moment, somebody came and give him aspirin, and they need to carry him down 40 minutes to helicopter place. And he's a doctor, he knows it's a pain, Then he told me, he looked in the sky, because they're carrying him down. He looked in the sky. He saw my grandfather in the sky, wearing a robe, little bit younger look, looking him down. And that moment, he feel the separation of his mind and the body, and he's feeling his mind is going up, up, like floating. Then he said, "I should not die now because my kids are young. I need to live for my kids." Then he feel the pain. Then he's so lucky, just 5 minutes gap, he able to fly out, because after 5 minutes, storm. Then after all, he did not die. So after 5 months or something like that, I went to see him. He said, "How are you doing?" I discussed with him. Then he shared me these stories. He's an American man, but he have a devotion. He have devotion. To American man to have a devotion is not easy. He has devotion. So he's he had a compassion, and he created this compassion program. It's really good. So I really liked his compassion program. So now he had a memoir book called Shower of Compassion, a gentle rain of compassion. Thank you, Josh. Gentle rain of compassion. I create a new name, Shower of Compassion. So Gentle Rain of Compassion is a new book. It just came out. I think anybody you interested, please just go that book. It's good to read different life stories. It's a perspective from American man. I think that is the amazing part. You're always hearing from some Tibetan guy, so you always says, yeah, this Tibetan. But you have American man experiencing, then I think it's a bit different. But it's like that. So I think all of you in the stream and everybody very lucky to have meet Dharma and meditation. So I'd like to say thank you very much to coming today, especially our Derek and your wife and our Westchester Dharma group to help me to the come and call me here to the program, and our lines center who help us that place to be able to use. So, and each of you, thank you very much coming so far away and to with including your work. So thank you very much. So now I'd like to open for your questions. So the questions must be with a loudspeaker and the small speak because the live streaming is here too. We can ask any questions.
Thank you, Rinpoche. If I may start with a question.
You.
Just try not to get the feedback. You talked about reflection and how important it is to reflect in addition to our meditation practice. And you also talked about bringing awareness about judgment when we're being judging and comparing. How do we tell the difference? How do we know that we're reflecting without judgment?
Emotion. The differences is emotions. Judgment brings emotions. Reflection does not. The only difference is the outcome. Emotions, feelings, sad, happiness. That produce judgment. Reflection or try to notice things does not produce emotions.
It's out of control.
Thank you. It's working. Okay. It might be somebody who's on.
Whoa.
So thank you. Could you tell us more about the connection between love and attachment? When we spoke about that, like yourself having kids, develop that emotion, love is something that we glorify. Can you speak to the connection or the difference between love and attachment that we have towards, our kids and partners?
So it's very difficult to separate. Very difficult to separate. So love means attachment basically. So you cannot have love without attachment. It's really beautiful to say, but it's not possible to have it. So you don't need to feel bad about it. What we should do is when you do meditation session for 1 hour. That time, you really need to put out your love, your attachment out for that hour, completely out of that. So that I really think is important because that actually gives you more love after. Like when you're meeting your wife and husband every day, you should love to grow, right? But many people don't get that. Some, yes, special ones, but majority, they fight after, you know. After they work a little bit out, separate, then they meet up, like this, Doesn't make sense, right? You have love, we should always laugh. Why have problems? That's why they're really healthy for us to practice is actually need to detach. How to detach as a lovely, family good. So we cannot do it for 24 hours like monk or people who do meditation in the mountain. So the only choice we have is 1 hour. The session we do is completely out of that. That time you need to be the most, how you say, let go or separate a little bit, excuse for 1 hour. Let go, it doesn't sound good, but excuse me for 1 hour. It's really beautiful to say. Yeah. Anyone? Don't be too shy.
Thank you, Rinpoche. In awakening our own dignity, how important is to be able to see the dignity in other people, even people,
Tip it towards your mouth.
even people we don't like.
I think you're going through too many steps. First, recognize your dignity. When you recognize your dignity, your I becomes a dignity I. And you only see other people already have dignity. Now, when you don't see your dignity, how are you going to see other people's dignity? You understand? When you don't have no compassion yourself, means not to yourself, but when you don't have compassion in your heart, you don't have the eye of compassion. Right? When you have your eye of compassion, you don't need to see other people's compassion. You already start seeing everybody kind of compassion. It's like that. Don't go too fast. First, find your dignity. Then all the things that you ask question is already answered by self. Anyone? Oh, our American students are a little bit shy.
Rinpoche, I have a question about the relationship between dignity and clinging, which I know is a form of attachment, but sometimes it feels like it's a locked door, like you were talking about, like the clinging to fear or doubt or whatever, that it shuts the door to even allowing the dignity to recognize or to come in, which could help heal the clinging, but the clinging is blocking. And do you have anything?
Okay. You make the clinging so important. First, you need to reduce that. Clinging, not blocking your dignity. No one can block the dignity. Why? Dignity, you're inherent. That need to change first. Number second, you need to see self-liberation of thoughts by self. Then you can see thought, doubt. Don't hold. Let it go. Let it go means don't hold by self. Fear, then it comes easier. When it's self, like liberating, self-liberating or self-dissolving or self-eliminating or whatever you want to use the best word, then The dignity is already inherent when to be, how do you say,
Blossom.
blossom or shown,
Reveal.
revealed.
Mm.
Yeah. So the switch of thinking is important. No one can stop dignity. Dignity inherent. See, thinking is already gives you boost.
Mhm.
As I'm telling you, it's so easy. You just switch
Mhm.
some words and some switch and be decisive in that.
Mhm.
Decisive is the key.
Mhm. Also.
Okay, two more questions. Thank you. After the lady, okay, after this lady, and you can finish. Okay, okay, now we need to stop in 9.
So you were talking about the tools to assess pride versus dignity, and you said meditation, compassion, observation, reflection. But then you told a story that Yuri was just referring to about the closed door and how you're winning all the debates in your monastery, I guess. And I was just thinking about our own way of getting educated here. We didn't have this in between observation and reflection. It struck me that we wouldn't be very good at reflecting on our own selves. But that step of debate with your teacher and your fellows helped catalyze.
So how to do that? This is your question, right? Really? Did I say in the talk that you need to start with your physical? Yeah, that is the way to do it. So first to reflect your physical. Okay, then you go with your verbal. Then you go with your mind. Then mind you pick the first, which is the gross, which was the most strongest you have in 5 finger. Pick that first. So you go like that. Because we never train like that to reflect. We never trained. We never told us to check ourselves. We said, believe, 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 believe. You can do it, you can do it. Sometimes the motivational talk is delusional. Feels good, but it's not a solution. A solution for painkiller like that, not the real solution. Reflection is the real solution. It's a more natural way, more natural, more serene, reflect. That itself is actually a kind of dignity, really, the form of a dignity. So that's why you check your physical first. How to check? You know 10 non-virtue? 10 non-virtue? Don't kill, don't steal, no sexual misconduct, right? So first you check the physical. Verbal, no harsh word, no lie, no gossiping, no divisive talk, right? Then mind, no covetousness, no harmful thought, but don't have ignorant who don't believe Buddha or don't believe karma. Now, karma means not taking responsibility of your action. Not believing karma means you're not taking responsibility of your action. Karma means action. So you do something bad, it's bad. You're going to get bad result. You do something good, you good result. But you must be responsible of your action. It's believing karma. Not believing Buddha means not believing your potential. Everybody thinking Buddha is the image of the Buddha 2,600 years ago. Not only that, Buddha actually means enlightened quality. Of course, Buddha enlightened, but the quality, enlightened wisdom, the innate with us. Not believing that means you're not believing you can be good. How bad that is. How bad that is. It's really bad. Means you can be good person. No, I don't. It's really bad, right? You can be good person. No, I don't believe that I can be a good person. It means you're not believing your potential, innate potential. So that 10 non-virtue is good to check. First, physical, verbal, then emotional. Okay, that lady there. Then we do the 1-2 questions we have 5 minutes, then we finish.
I think you addressed some of my thoughts a little in your last answer. I was thinking that you say in the morning, the first thing when you wake up is reflection, application, compassion, practice, meditation practice. And we know what the other three are, but when you say you start with reflection, what does that mean? What do you start with?
Yeah. First, I check 10 non-virtue. I check 10 non-virtue. Reflect. Did I did anything yesterday? Yeah, I did a little bit. Okay. Then I go with the finger. 5 finger. Reflect. Arm. Judgment. Ego. This is how I go. Reflect. Then I supplicate. Right? This is how I begin. Reflect like that. So it's the beginning. It takes time. I'm telling you, it's not easy. For me, I work for now many years in reflection. So for me, it's very, very familiar. For you to not familiarize, I give you give yourself 3 months. You do every day. Then you see how improvement you can do. You give yourself 3 months. Okay. Live streaming questions. So we have 3 minutes.
So Rinpoche, I have 2 questions from the live stream, although I think you already answered one of them, but I'm wrong. You can do it again. The first question says, Dear Rinpoche, your talk really resonates with me. I often find that to trust in beings is very helpful. Is this recognizing their dignity or potential? Thank you, Rinpoche.
Trusting being.
I often find that to trust in beings is very helpful. Is this recognizing their dignity or potential?
Begin with the trust yourself. Begin with trust yourself before trust anybody else. Then when you trust yourself, that resonates who to trust other. And you're not going to be angry to the liar. Because I hate liars myself. Liar and the person who scold me, I'm not mind. People who lie me, I really mind. People who rob me, okay. People who steal, I really don't like. So my mind is very white, black like that. That's why I really need to check myself, reflect how I can do this. So after you find the dignity, you maintain. Somebody lies to you, you recognize it, but you don't see it, that is his nature. So you're not going to be angry. That is the value of dignity.
The second question is, I think, almost identical to the one that Lee asked. The second question was, Dear Rinpoche, how do you tell the difference between judging and reflecting?
Emotions, feelings. Yeah. So try to buy the book, then many answers are going to be there. You know? When you don't feel the book is not enough, then try to find me. But I only come once a time, 2 times in America, so easy. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, our Derek and wife. Thank you very much, our Westchester Dharma Center, Lion Center, and each of you, all my old friends, students, friends who came so much, put effort. Thank you. And live streaming friends and Sangha members, thank you very much. So we do short dedication. So namne damje zewa donne nyebe dana famje kega naji balam thoba sebe thole drowa re sho jambala bavi chedare chamba dam kundo sambo deyante Jesu ndalo jogewa deda tamje rabdu ngo dusum shikbi jawa tamje je ngowa kanla chokdu ngakba de dagi gewe zawande Sambo Chuche Rabdo Howare Chi by this married male. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the Westchester Meditation Center, thank you all for joining tonight. I'd like to invite you to check out further Rinpoche's activities. You know where to find online. Also, there's some books for sale by Rinpoche here, plus the ones that he mentioned. The Westchester Meditation Center will begin our activities for the fall this Sunday. Begin in person meeting for the first time in a long time. This Sunday morning, is that right? We were meeting, okay, so. Okay, you guys, Sunday mornings here at the Long Center, thank you again. From 10 to 12, and then from 12:30 to 2:30 we have a class. 10 to 12 is open house, meditation, discussion, and on a theme related to hope by parent children. And then book-based course based on the book by Phakchok Rinpoche, and on Wednesday nights we have another course that's online. So check our activities out through our website. And those of you who have never met Rinpoche, please take the opportunity. Is that okay, Rinpoche? Then come say hello afterwards. And those of you that can help us with cleanup, please do that. We need to return everything here to a workspace mode after people mingle for a little while. We'll do that. We don't want to interrupt some helpful mingling. And lastly, not leastly, excuse me, I'd like to thank Rinpoche so much for coming back here again and choosing this location, us, as one of the few stops on his short trip to the United States. We're really honored for that, and we're really very grateful and joyful to see you again after so many years. We love your teaching style. It's incredibly engaging and personal, and your own personal path and story and progress is really helpful for us to hear and share with you.
and the emphasis on the takeaway. You'll remember the takeaway for tonight. Palm of your fingers, man. Good. So please come again and again and visit us. Thank you. And I have a small token of our appreciation for Rinpoche here, which is the accumulation of all the gifts that you gave online, plus the many, many people on the live stream who gave a stream of live donations online to Rinpoche. And here they are. Thank you.